So, hello if anybody can hear me. Welcome to Clyde's farm. The map is Wymark in Canada. I genuinely have no idea what I'm doing with this streaming malarkey. But we're going to give it a go and see what happens. Ideally, I would like to live stream all the time, but I'm not quite technical enough to work that out yet. I don't even know if anybody can hear me or see me or whatever's going on. So it's a bit of a test. We're on a well-established farm. You can see we're into April of year 5. I've got a few jobs to do today, including sorting my chickens out, sorting my sheep out. I've got some diesel to sell, I've got some fertiliser to do, I've got a barley field that needs harvesting. This is it. I'm using course play, so some of the jobs will get done by workers, some of them get done by me. Sometimes I set workers off so I can crack on with other jobs. We're making decent money because it's a well-established farm. I'm sort of where we need to be. Once we get some jobs up and running, I'll walk you around the farm or drive you around the farm, whatever I decide to do, show you what's going on, where's where, what's what and who's who. I usually play a map and get it where I want it, and then set a monetary limit on where I'm going to stop. So I think on this one it's going to be once I've made 25 million I'm going to stop. And I'm just using this to learn what I'm doing with this streaming malarkey, hints and tips, that sort of thing, because the next map I want to play on, I haven't decided on the map, but I want to do a proper survival thing where I start with next to nothing and have to build everything up with no money to start with. Literally this is just to make sure that I can get everything working, and we'll see where it goes. So I am gonna jump in. These are my 3 tractors. I've got a couple of 8330 fast tracks and a 4220 fast track. I've got decent machinery, again, because we're 5 years in on this map, so we've made plenty of money and we've been able to upgrade our vehicles and things like that. First job is going to be fertilising what I call Field A. Field A is sunflower, which was planted last month. So I'm growing sunflower, I'm growing canola, and I'm growing soybean. I'm not very good with traffic. Which I'm turning into biodiesel. I'm also growing barley, because the barley I use I get the wheat for I get the straw for the cow bedding, and also I put the barley into a grain mill, so that gives us a little bit of income. So you can see we're all set up here. So Field A, fertilise when I press the right button, and now my worker should carry on. Now I need to find, there is my Colossus harvester, so I'm going to get this one going on harvesting barley. Barley field is over there. You can see it's a nice golden yellow colour. Settings wise, I don't play hyper realistically. I haven't got crop destruction on. What else haven't I got on? I haven't got weeds on. Everything else is on. However, for some reason there doesn't seem to be any stone on this map. So although I do periodic ploughing, it doesn't give me any stone. I did, when I first came in, I put a lime production on, but I've since got rid of that because I haven't got any stone to put in it, so I'm not making any lime. So I'm basically just buying lime at the moment. So let's clear that course, go into the barley folder, harvest the barley, save the course, and set that off. So that's all we can do with workers at the moment. So I have to feed my chickens, feed my sheep if required. The eggs I am putting into storage because I sell my eggs in November. The wool that I get from the sheep, I've got a little mod running called Granny's Knitwear. Yeah, basically you put your wool in there and Granny knits your jumpers and all sorts of goodies, and they get sold off. Again, all of the, I call them passive incomes, especially once you're in a established farm, they're all good because they keep the money ticking over. So I'll go to my multi-fruit silo. I have got 23,500 litres of barley in there, which will be hopefully plenty for the chickens, as they don't eat too much. And then we'll get a nice crop of barley off of the field that you just saw me start to harvest, or at least set a worker on starting to harvest. So I've got 3 chicken coops that are all over here. Feed them around the back. Because I only, when I collect the eggs, I only want to take the full pallets. What I tend to do is go around and drag the egg pallets out of the way. You can see from that shot how much wool the sheep are producing for me. So the chicken coops are full. I think the sheep pens are full. So when I do this job every 3 months, I do go and sell my oldest animals. So let's just park that there. Let's go and sell the chickens first, shall we? So anything 12 months or older I get rid of. Obviously, because the chickens breed, they haven't actually cost me anything to put in. So every time I sell 25 of them, I'm getting 500 quid, which is good. And then obviously it gives the chickens, and when I do the same for the sheep as well, it gives them space to breed and give me some more free money. We all like free money. Oh, we've got 50 in there. So let's get rid of 50. That's £1,000. Have we got anything else of selling age? Yes, 25 there. Sell. Okay, and then the last chicken coop. What have we got in here worth selling? Ooh, 50 again, like that. Mod wise, we are running plenty of mods. I like mods. I know some people like to play a bit more realistically, but I like to play not unrealistically, but you know, I don't like to make things too difficult for myself. So if I can find a mod that helps me out, but not in a ridiculous fashion, then I don't mind using it. I like productions. I know some people don't like productions, but I think it adds a new, not new anymore, but it adds a different element to the game. I think, like I say, running on here, I've got Granny's knitwear, I've got my biodiesel production, I've got a grain mill, I've got an oil mill, I've got some open air gardens, which I'll show you when we do the walkabout after the jobs are done. So yeah, I don't mind using mods and productions. I find it quite interesting, even though I do enjoy the farming side of it. There is something, I don't know, therapeutic, I think is the right description about, especially, I don't know, ploughing, mowing, that, you know, going in straight lines thing, that yeah, I really enjoy. So farm sim wise, I started on 15, which those of you that can remember, was very basic but intriguing. Something I didn't think I'd enjoy, but I did. But did sort of get bored with it. I started playing other games and things like that, and sort of forgot about it. And then one day, a couple of years ago, I decided to go through my Steam library, because I was bored and looking for a game to play, and stumbled across FS15. Sheep need some food, and yeah, sort of got back into it again. By that time, FS22 was out, so I thought, yeah, do you know what? Let's buy it, and I did, and I've pretty much been playing it ever since. I've done umpteen different maps on my own. I've done multiplayer with a few guys. A good friend of mine, Pete, we do a multiplayer thing together when we're both sort of on the same planet at the same time. And yeah, it's I don't know, like I say, therapeutic. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's a release from the strains of normal life, I suppose. And yeah, I really enjoy it. So how old? Yeah, they're not really worth selling yet. They usually get up to about £1,000, so I'm gonna leave the sheep for now. So that's Granny's knitwear. You'll see me go and pile as much wood into there as possible. And then whatever's left I just pile outside and keep firing it in every time I go past. In the meantime, the fertilising on field A has finished, so let's go and find that tractor, which is there. So the other one I've got to do is field 9. Now, I only bought 8 and 9, so 8 is the dark brown one coming up on the left, which I've ploughed and I've fertilised, and I'm going to sow canola, and I'm not going to sow sunflower into that next month. And then this one I bought and I've planted canola because I don't seem to have enough canola to keep my biodiesel factory going. So field 9, load course, fert, save, and let's get him going. So the barley that we've got left, we'll go and put back in the silo, and then we'll go and pick up our little flatbed trailer. We'll clear those eggs, put them into storage, and then it's all about clearing up the wool to Granny's knit there. Once we've done that, we'll jump in our truck, grab the baler, because we're going to need to bale the straw barley field, and we'll hook this tractor up to the bale trailer, because obviously we're going to have to collect the bales afterwards. So some of the bales I obviously keep, some of the straw bales I keep for the cows. I've got a few at the moment, so this load will go into a little biogas production going, where I put my slurry from the cows and the straw bales that I'm not using. Again, that gives us a nice little steady income. I meant to get my flatbed trailer, and I totally forgot, even though I was right next door to it. Getting ahead of myself as usual. The other thing that we grow is grass. It's a good, cheap way to make money. Plus, growing grass, most of it I turn into silage. Silage bales, which I then go and sell, which, like I say, gives you a decent income once a year. I also, when I get low on the hay for the sheep, I can turn that into hay, grass into hay, which obviously feeds the sheep. But the sheep are not too bad, they don't eat too much, which is good. I also put grass into, I've got a farm factory. So inside the farm factory, the grass gets turned into silage and hay. And then the hay and the silage gets turned into TMR, or total mixed ration, which I use to feed my cows. Now here's a little sneak preview of something that I'm building. It's a bit of a, I don't know, tractor museum come viewing thing. I don't actually know why I'm doing it, but I just thought, wouldn't it be good if I could, every tractor that I've got, which will be base game and some modded ones, if I could get one of each and display them somewhere. So that's what I'm doing. That's why you'll see my money go down quite often and by quite a lot, because that's what I'm trying to do. And I'm having fun doing it. I'm driving lots of different tractors. It's not a long trip from the shop, but yeah, it's just something I thought I'd do. Make it look like it's sort of open to the public. I'll put a little coffee shop type thing in there, because I'm growing coffee beans, so that was a good way of getting rid of coffee beans as well. Yeah, it's just something weird, but I'll show you around it. I've a whole section where I've done the small tractors, then I've done the medium tractors, and I'm now starting with the more expensive larger tractors. I don't know why this little stripe on the trailer does this sometimes, but never mind. I don't think Granny's going to take all of this wool. We'll see. I like to do animals. It gives you something different to do. There we go, that is full. Something different to do apart from just farming. Love cows. Cows are brilliant. And although they take a while to establish, once they are established, they're a phenomenal money maker. From slurry, manure, milk, and obviously selling cows. Yeah, you make some decent money out of that. So we always like doing cows. And you've got to look after them. Because if you don't look after them, you don't get nothing back from them. So let's just dump them. So there. Right, so we're done with sprouting. So they're my open air gardens that are doing little bits of all sorts. But we will look at them when we go around. And on the right is the biodiesel production. Put this back in the shed here. Which not the greatest at reversing. Not too bad. But sometimes you will see that it goes a bit horribly wrong. Let's go round and get the bale trailer, which I tend to just hide round the back of one of the cow sheds. I'm going totally the wrong way, and let's go this way. Love this little tractor. It's not super duper powerful, but it's four-wheel steering, so it can really get you into out of some really tricky places. We've got some greenhouses there going, doing things like tomatoes, strawberries and lettuces. Again, another passive income. A lot of these sort of things I'm not too worried about how much money you make off of them. It's a passive income, so I set them just to sell, which works for me. Doesn't work for everybody. There are other things on here that I do sell at the right time at the right price, but not everything. So we're going to park this up on this bit of grass, ready to run around a bit later. In the meantime, should the engine off, let's scootle doodle over here to where I parked the pickup, because the pickup quite happily runs the baler. So the baler we're using is the quick bale, which I absolutely love. It's a fantastic mod. Yeah, unrealistic. Do I care? Not really. Especially when you're baling up fields the size of my barley field. Certainly makes it quicker and easier. Bit of kit on the right there. The green one is a grass collector. Then to my left, going left, we've got a seeder, we've got a lime spreader, and a big Clyde. To the left of the shed there, you may have just seen corn header. Obviously we've got a big tank there which does my water, milk, slurry, that sort of thing, diesel. Yeah, possibly I should have one thing to run those, but okay. So, let's but runs quite happily at 28 mile an hour. Really like going around corners, but you can slow down a little bit in the corner, and yeah, absolutely fine. I could be doing all this talking and nobody can hear it, or none of this works. So that's why I don't really know what I'm doing. We'll see. Big shout out to my grandsons, Arthur and Percy, who I'm sure at some point will be watching this. To come see Granddad and have loads of fun. This barley field might just need reseeding first, fertiliser, might need lime, won't be ploughing because I did that I tend to do 5 harvests on a field and then plough it. This is usually quite a long day when the barley field is running. So yeah, I'm either going to be, excuse me, either going to be live streaming all the time, or recording and then uploading. There's not going to be any editing and things like that because I really can't chop and I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. So it will be warts and all. You'll see all the boring bits, you'll see all the accidents, all the mistakes, all the frustrations, all the happiness. And yeah, we'll just see where it goes. Again, I'm not that far away from finishing this pack. So I've got quite a few tractors to buy. Once I've done that, finish up my little museum type thing, I expect my money's going to build up quite quickly. So it gets 25 million and then I'll be looking at Wymark. Honestly don't know which one I'm going to do yet. I know there's a few new maps come out recently, so there's always the possibility it will be one of the new ones, or I might go back to something I've done in the past. But yeah, that's going to be a proper survival type series. I'm thinking about starting with a pickup and a trailer and a chainsaw, and that's it. So we'll see where we get to. And then obviously we've got FS25 around the corner as well, November the 12th. Keep telling myself I'm not going to jump straight on that, because I like mods and things like that. I don't know how quickly it takes for new maps and tools and equipment and stuff to come out. So I'd like to think that I'm gonna just wait a little while, wait for it to iron all the bugs out, because invariably you get bugs with new games or new games. But I possibly won't. See up in the right hand corner there, that fertiliser is done. Not too worried yet. We'll catch up with the baler. ourselves. I don't worry about getting all of the crop. I know some people are a little bit OCD about that. I find once you've got a few fields, coarse clay is absolutely fantastic. It's not, not brilliant, and get every little drop and things like that. Sometimes some of the roots it creates are a bit weird and the tractors get stuck in places and stuff like that. But I'm learning a lot more about that as I go along. But it just allows you to get a lot more done in a day. And I've got this set to one game day is 1 month. So yeah, I can look at what jobs need doing that day, sort out workers on course play to go and get them jobs done. And in the meantime, I can get some manual jobs done, or I can sit and read and copy, do whatever I need to do whilst everything's going on. I think it's absolutely fantastic. It's a shame I can't use it in multiplayer. I've got job that we've got today, so we've got fertilising, we've got this field to harvest and then sort out, and then we've got diesel to sell at the moment. We've got 1,353,000 litres of diesel, so I'm hoping that gives me a decent wage of money. What I do is I don't buy a tractor until I've got over £1 million, because I'm onto a large tractor now, which are rather expensive. One of them is over £500,000 so. But yeah, it leaves me, if I've got bang on £1 million and I spend 500,000 on a tractor, I've still got 500,000 in the bank. If anything goes wrong, like yesterday, I was really struggling to keep my biodiesel factory running. I had plenty of soybean, but I was really struggling on the canola and the sunflower. I had some money in the bank, really enough to the point where I could go out and buy another tractor. But I decided to bite the bullet and buy those 2 big fields. Obviously I won't reap the benefits of them straight away, but in 7 and 8 months respectively, the biodiesel plant hopefully will be running full time. So yeah, that's just a different way of looking at it, different way of making money. It's something I've never done before. Didn't have to plan to do it unless my eye was just, the mod that I looked at. I don't know what, it's one I've never done. I'll give that a go and see what happens. And haven't really sold any yet. So this will be my first chance to see how profitable it is. I've had to put in a little sell point behind the actual plant making it, because there wouldn't be really anywhere to sell it. Trying to sell stuff on the map where I can. So I sell actually the silage bales, I sell the milk. The liquid fertiliser, again, I had to put in a little sell point for that, because nobody seems to want to buy that. Wood chip, so anytime I need to chop trees down and things like that, I turn it to wood chip and sell the wood chip. Got an excess of soybean most of the time, so I sell that. I sell my eggs, and I sell barley to a certain extent. yeah, so things do get sold. I'm making my own solid fertiliser. Some of that I use, some of that I move into the plant next door, which makes liquid fertiliser, which I sell. Because that stuff is worth an absolute fortune. It's like gold. So what is going on? See, so harvester is now full. Sometimes I do this with a trailer. Sometimes I'll do this. So the head of there. Just try to put we like these colossal stars. Slow. Realistic passing, but again, I do tend to do that when grabbing some bigger fields. More greenhouses there. My house, which you'll see, is just around there on the right somewhere. And then in here, there's the wash station. I've got on the left, I've got my flour mill. On the right, I've got my oil mill. Great processing. The rest of this harvester to the silo and carry on. This field probably about 3 times since I've been on this map, and it takes an absolute age. It literally is one of them where you set up the worker and disappear and do something else. Change course play to nearest waypoint. Again. Open the baling. You probably see I do a bit of running between vehicles, I do a bit of tabbing between vehicles. Again, I don't play ultra realistically. Really annoy the purists. That's just me. This is my job, I play. Let's see what we'll do. Sometimes this trailer plays up. What we'll do is we'll go and collect what we've got so far. So this is an auto load bale trailer. Don't need any of these for the coos at the moment. What we will do with them is we'll go and chuck them at our biogas plant, which I think turns them into digestate, which we've set to sell. Income. If anybody ever does watch this, and we've got some tips, tricks, like how I can make them better, please don't say editing, because I'm really not sure I'm going to go down that road. I'll never say never, but I like playing the game rather than sitting in front of some editing software and bits out. I'm going to try and do these about an hour, and then stop recording, start the upload, and then start recording again, so you don't really miss anything as such. Hopefully I remember to record every time I'm on, probably won't, because my memory's not the greatest. But I'm sure the videos will get better as time goes along, and like I say, it might come to that day where I go, yeah, do you know what, I might have a go at this malarkey. Not doing this to make money. I'm not really that worried about viewers. I'm doing it more for me, and the couple of people that I know will enjoy watching. So as long as I've got my 2 viewers, there's the top tip. Remember to turn Baylor on before you start trying to buy it. But yeah, as long as I've got my 2 main viewers, that's on the 45-minute mark. As we get to 7:58, 59 minutes, somewhere along that level, purely because we're watching just CP videos. So it's videos under an hour for the best. Who am I to argue? Yeah, so at that point I'll stop recording, pause again, and make myself some breakfast, because I'm always on a dog show, and I shall sit with my breakfast and work out how to upload this to YouTube, and once it's uploaded, some breakfast, I'll start the next video. Once it's uploaded, I will then watch it and see what happened. Watch all of it because it's interesting to see whether people see what's going on. I think somewhere as well, I think they'll be quite funny. I've got red cats, and I might look at my red cats, some people think that big, see if I can get especially when things go wrong. I recall some quite strange places when I'm doing this, so yeah, that could be a bit of fun. One good thing about your page, you can see that the harvester is huge. It's got such a wide pickup on it. I don't actually have to move that harvester yet. I'll go round the harvester at the moment, and then when I come back up this way, I'll just run down the back of the harvester, pick up all the straw, and yeah, I like some flipping vehicles. And then what I tend to do is I'll get this off the fields, truck and trailer. I'll get the harvester off the fields. I'll go and pick up the rest of the bales, get that off the fields, and then I'll go and jump in my other fast track and see whether we need into line or whether we can go straight to seeding, get that going with course load, and then go back to the other vehicles that I parked off the field and sort them out and needs doing. Obviously this won't need anything doing to it. Both the truck and the baler need a wash. The harvester will need to go and empty into the silo, probably put in a wash and a header. And then we'll go and drop the bales on and buy the gas. Don't think that will need a wash. Then we'll go and retrieve the other fast track that's got the fertiliser spreader on it from field 9, bring that over here, ready for when we can put the first round of fert on this field. No harvests to do in May, but I do need to seed sunflower. I haven't seeded it yet purely because I want to have a little bit of a gap rather than everything ready at once. Just park that there. Go jump in the harvester. Fire that up. Header. Attach the header. Look up to the header. Like these headers. Just turbo. No, a header trailer. As such. Well, the core header is on the header trailer. My big my big thing is, because my memory is so bad, I will take the harvester, the corn header on the header trailer through the fields. The harvest will get done. I'll drive the harvester back to the shed and then realise that I've left the header trailer in the fields. All the way back. That's why I like the one with the built-in trailer. So another 4. on the big bales, 180 centimetres, so they hold about 55 litres each. Hence why putting them into the biogas plant makes me a lot of money. Right, engines are off, and we need this tractor. So the other weird thing that I do, most people will find it weird. So over at the shop, when we go over there at some point, I'll show you. I've got I didn't look at what the field needed. I bet it's going to tell me we need lime. No, it's not. Field 3. It's all good. Let's go straight to seeding. So let's set the seeder on barley. So yeah, I've got a rental. It's what do we call it? Courtesy tractor and a courtesy harvester. So when I really struggle to do things whilst I'm talking. Seed, there we go. Save course. Let's get him going. First waypoint, go. So yeah, when my tractors or my harvester get into the red for repairs, I go to the shop. I've got a low loader trailer over there. I bring the courtesy tractor over. Bring that over, pick up the tractor that I need to get repaired, take that back, and then it basically sits there for a month whilst I use the courtesy tractor until it's fully repaired, and then I reverse it and go and drop off the courtesy tractor and pick up my tractor again. With my tools, my implements, so things like my headers, my spreaders, my seeders and that sort of thing, once they get into the red, they are deemed as knackered. They get sold, and I have to buy new. Just something I've sort of always done, and it helps when you get to that point where you're making a load of money, that you've always got something to spend your money on. So probably by the time we've emptied this, washed it, put it away, we'll be almost at the hour mark. So that's where this one will end. Selling, but definitely enough to keep the chickens going. This shit. Engine off and back onto that one. So anybody that has watched, thanks for watching, and we'll be back next time. Catch you all later. Bye bye.